beat 8 and 9.
You know what? I'm starting to like you.
Well, I don't like you.
She's a supporter of peace and stability in the world.
Shut up! We're living in America. We're not living in Kinshasa. We're living in America according to the principles of Western society. What goes on in Cobble Hill Park reflects the values of Western society, of which, if it's all the same to you, I'm happy to be a member.
Beating up on your husband is one of those principles, is it?
Michael, this is going to end badly.
Hey, she threw herself on you in such a frenzy. If I were you, I'd be flattered.
I'll do it again in a minute.
He's making fun of you. Do you realize that?
I don't give a shit.
I'm not making fun. On the contrary. Morality decrees we should control our impulses, but sometimes it's good not to control them. You don't want to be singing Ave Maria when you're fucking. Where can you find this rum?
That vintage? I doubt you can.
Thump gun?
Thump gun?
That's right.
You're right.
Thump gun. Sorry, I jumped out.
Why don't you just say grenade launcher?
Because thump gun is correct. It's like you say kalash instead of kalashnikov.
Who is this you?
That's enough, Annette. That's enough.
The great warriors, like my husband. You have to give them some kind of leeway. They have trouble working up an interest in local events.
True.
I don't see why. I don't see why. We're citizens of the world. I don't see why we should give up the struggle just because it's in our own backyard.
Oh, Ronnie, do stop shoving these thoughts for the day down our throat.
Oh, I'm going to kill him.
Yes. All right. Take out regrettable. Crude. A crude attempt to... That's it.
You're right. This is excruciating.
Otherwise he approves the rest? Fine. Very good. What were we saying? Thump gun?
I was saying, whether my husband likes it or not, that no one place is more important than another when it comes to exercising vigilance.
Vigilance. Well, Annette, it's ridiculous to drink the state you're in.
What state, on the contrary?
Vigilance. It's an interesting idea. Oh. Yes? No interviews before the circulation of the press release.
Oh, that's it. I insist you break off this horrendous conversation.
Absolutely not. The shareholders won't give a shit. Remind them, the shareholders can't. Annette, what the? Are you completely insane?
Where's the hairdryer?
You need to be locked up, you poor thing. This is incomprehensible. I had everything in there. It's brand new. It took me hours to set up.
Really? I don't understand you. That was completely irresponsible.
Everything's in there my whole life.
His whole life!
Hang on, we might be able to fix it.
Forget it. It's toast.
We'll take the battery and SIM card out. Can you open it?
I don't know how. I just got it.
Give it to me.
It's toast. And they think it's funny. They think it's funny.
There we are. You, Veronica, you at least could have the manners not to laugh at this.
My husband will have spent the entire afternoon blow drying.
You need your pal. Believe it. There's nothing you can do.
We'll have to wait a minute. You want to use our phone? I have to say,
Yes, Michael. What is it that you have to say?
no, I can't think of what to say.
Is it okay if I have my glass in my hand doing this? Oops, we're taping. Well, if you ask me, everyone's feeling fine. If you ask me, everyone's feeling better. Everyone is much calmer, don't you think? Men are so wedded to their gadgets. It belittles them. It takes away all their authority. A man ought to keep his hands cliche case is enough to put me off. There was a man once I found really attractive, and then I saw him with a shoulder bag. A man's shoulder bag, but that was it, a shoulder bag. That's it. There's nothing worse than a shoulder bag. Oh, although, there is also nothing worse than a cell phone. A man ought to give the impression that he's alone. I mean, that he's capable of being alone. I also have a John Wayne-ish version of virility. And what was it he had? A Colt 45. A device for creating a vacuum. A man who can't give the impression that he's a loner. He has no texture, if you ask me. So, Michael, are you happy? It is fractured our, what was it you said? What was the word? I've forgotten the word. But in the end, everyone's feeling more or less all right, if you ask me.
Should probably warn you. Rum drives you crazy.
I've never felt more normal.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm starting to feel rather pleasantly serene.
That's wonderful. Rather pleasantly serene.
As for you, Darjeeling, I don't see what's to be gained by getting publicly smashed.
Kiss my ass.
Take one, Alan. Relax.
Cigars are not smoked in this house.
These are Cuban Cohiba Monte Cristo number 3 and number 4.
You don't smoke in a house with an asthmatic child.
Who's asthmatic?
Our son.
It's true. Keeping animals is not recommended if somebody's asthmatic.
Didn't stop her from buying a fucking hamster, and it's completely unrecommended.
Even a goldfish can be risky.
Do I have to listen to this fatuous nonsense? I'm sorry. No doubt I'm the only one of us not feeling rather pleasantly serene. In fact, I've never been so unhappy. I think this is the unhappiest day of my life.
Drinking always makes you unhappy.
Michael, every word that comes out of your mouth is destroying me. I don't drink. I drank a mouthful of this shitty rum you're waving about as if you're showing the congregation the Shroud of Turin. I don't drink, and I bitterly regret it. It'd be a relief to take refuge in a little drop at every minor setback.
My husband's unhappy as well. Look at him. Slumped. He looks as if somebody's left him on the side of the road. I think it's also the unhappiest day of his life.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Woof, woof.
Will you turn off the blow dryer? That thing is toast.
I got it.
Oh, thank you. Yes? Because it could kill you. That medication is poison. Someone's gonna explain it to you. Tell her.
Tell her what?
Everything you know about that crap you're peddling.
How are you, ma'am?
What can he tell her? He doesn't know the first thing.
Yes. And does it hurt? Of course. Well, the operation will fix that. And the other leg? I see. No, I'm not an orthopedic surgeon. She keeps calling me doc.
Doctor, this is grotesque. Hang up.
But I mean to say, you're not having any problems with your balance. Oh no. Not at all. Not at all. Don't listen to any of that. All the same, it'd probably be a good idea to stop taking it for the time being. Until you've had a chance to get comfortably through your operation. Yes, you sound as if you're in very good shape.
All right, Mom, is that clear? Stop taking the medication. Why do you always have